information.
Namaste and welcome to InfoPlus on Himalaya Television, your window to insightful conversation for over 23 years. I'm your host Rebecca Chetri, and today we are joined by His Excellency Petri Pokaka, Finland Ambassador to Nepal. We will talk about Finland to Nepal relations, development initiatives, and his experiences living and working here. Namaste, Namaste. Your Excellency.
Namaste.
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. And
Pleasure
in
meeting
Finnish
you.
we say tervetuloa.
Thank you.
Tervetuloa Suomeen.
Thank you. A seasoned diplomat with a strong background in international cooperation, Ambassador Petri Pohaka represents a country globally admired for its world-class education system, innovation, clean energy leadership, and commitment to equality and sustainable development. I love your dress. You look so beautiful on this.
This is not Finnish national dress.
Okay.
However, I would like to promote this is a dress from Ukraine, and Finland is in solidarity with Ukraine. And I have worked in Ukraine before, so this is a Ukrainian national dress.
Oh, okay. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
It looks very beautiful on you.
Embroidery.
Yes, I love the embroidery.
Yeah.
I think it has been very much challenging to you as well as the spouse of the ambassador to move from one place to another, because it's not possible to move out from one place to another along with your work. You have to sacrifice something. So how has been your experience so far?
My experience has been what I have to do to prioritize my life. And with love comes a sacrifice. So I follow my husband now, and with his posting here, I am very happy to be here, and I have to take a break from my career, yes.
That sounds great. And a very understanding relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
Needs to be when you're in the diplomatic service.
Yeah. As Finland and Nepal continue to build on their long-standing partnership, his leadership plays a key role in strengthening development cooperation, expanding economic engagement, and deepening culture and people-to-people ties between our two nations. pictures look so beautiful, and it seems like it gives some kind of message of Finland. Could you say something about this?
This here describes the Finnish winter. Like you see these kids here, they have built what we call like it's built out of snowballs. And then you have a candle inside, and when it gets dark, then you see the candle, the light just like coming through the cracks of the snowballs.
Beautiful.
And this here, that is the main cathedral of Helsinki, Helsingin Tuomiokirkko. So that's the place where people are meeting when there are some bigger events. So we have a huge square here in front of it.
So that's the icon of Finland, actually. Icon building. It's this, in the city.
Wow,
in
looks so
Helsinki.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And
Yes.
it carries a history.
That's right, and also the Christmas markets are normally held
exactly.
just in the vicinity of the cathedral.
Wow.
Yes. So as you're arriving into Helsinki, if you're arriving especially by the boats, the first thing glaringly you will see, and you know you're in Helsinki, is you will see that
Beautiful.
church.
I love to go there one day. It looks so beautiful.
Too, please come.
Yes, and please come on summertime when the have the nice blue skies in front.
Definitely, thank you.
This here is a very known Finnish sculptor, like artist, who is making these birds. This is called oiva toikka. They have different sizes, you have different shapes, but these kind of made out of glass. These glass birds are very typical in Finnish homes.
And I don't think so it's easy to make this because it's made of glass.
It's really very intricate design.
Yeah,
I
very
would
tricky
say.
and nice. Look at the color combination, very beautifully made.
They're very unique, and they're very, well, let's say expensive also.
Okay. Very delicate at the same time.
That's right. It's a collector's item, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is one of an item. It is designed from Arika.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the beads.
Yeah, that's right. This is very typical, and they come in. There are so many products. They have vase, they have smaller decorative items, but this is a tray stand.
Okay.
And of course, we can, have,
Decorate with some food.
Yeah, we can use it to serve some food.
Yeah.
And this is very, very typical. Finnish products are normally very, very sleek, simple, and it's always
I would say
something
practical.
practical
You can use them.
items. So here are some of the decorative items that you normally will find in a Finnish household.
Okay, very beautiful.
It's the brand is called Itala, so they are made by this company called Itala. And these design they call
Sadepisara. It's the drop of water.
drop of water.
Okay.
Yes, so they have
What
come with
is
very
this
clean
used
lines,
for?
or they have come with some sort of design.
Very beautiful.
Today, we speak with Ambassador Petri Pohaka about Finland's priorities in Nepal, emerging opportunities, and the shared vision for the future of Finland to Nepal relations.
It's the Moomin mouse.
It's a favorite character of the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we have the Moomin Papa and the Moomin
Yes,
Mama.
Moomin Mama.
Wow.
Yes.
With the handbag.
Mama looks
Yeah.
exactly like a mama.
With an apron and a
Very cute
handbag.
mama.
Yeah, so this is such an iconic figures created by
Tove Jansson, the Finnish writer and painter. He's
Yes.
created 80 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So it has been a global icon coming from Finland. We are very proud, and I have to say that every household I have been to in Finland, or office or organization, whatever, they always have a collection of this somewhere there to serve their coffees
Yes,
and
of
teas.
course.
Yes.
And then we're coming to coffee, which is something very dear to the Finns.
InfoPlus for genuine information.
Your Excellency, Namaste and Kuvailta. Welcome to the show InfoPlus on Himalayan Television, a diplomacy series which has been running successfully 23 years. We are so privileged and honored to have you here on our show. And I believe this is your first TV interview here in Nepal after you took your credentials. And thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me here. It is really a pleasure. And as you say, this is my first interview here in Nepal during my term. So it is a really pleasure to be here, and I have been enjoying my first half year enormously. I'm looking forward to the next years to come here.
Your Excellency, since taking up your role here in Nepal, what inspired or surprised you about the country and its people?
I think that the amount of, or the richness of the cultures present here was something that I was not expecting. It seems that there's a lot of spirituality, and the connection between the people and nature is very strong. Mm-hmm. I knew to expect that there would be a lot of different ethnic backgrounds, but the hugeness of the scale has been really overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So yes, and those were the things that would be as well. Like when traveling, well, like going around here, the amount of temples and other sacred places and stupas and that has been a surprise.
So have you been able to visit outskirts of Kathmandu city after you arrived?
A bit, not as much as I would have wanted, but like we have been to Nagakot, and we have been to some of the other places just outside of the Kathmandu Valley. And I had the pleasure as well to visit Karnali province once to see some of the projects that we have been implementing together with the local authorities.
Mm-hmm. So as you mentioned that you visit Karnali and a few provinces regarding the projects. So which are the projects on the pipeline right now? And is there any new projects coming up during your tenure?
Well, for the ones going on now, like we have one on sustainable water still. We have one on sustainable, basically like on education, which is one of the areas where we have been strong here for more than 20 years. Climate adaptation or climate mitigation is one of the new areas that we have started quite recently. Mm-hmm. And of course, so and like you were talking about Finland, then like gender equality and rule of law, human rights is one of the things that we have been as well doing here for a long time.
And Your Excellency, as I know, you are in diplomacy since 31 years. So could you share a bit about your journey, how started your journey and how you got interested into diplomacy and continued your career in this?
Well, I guess like it was during my studies, I was already looking at the possibilities of joining the ministry, but that was the time of the recession. But then in 1995, I got the chance to join in. I was working a couple of years in Helsinki at the ministry. Then I moved to Reykjavik, Iceland for 2 years. From there then to Brussels to the mission of NATO, there for about 3 years. Then getting back home doing some other things. And then in 2004 moving to Geneva doing trade policy. 2008 then moving to Brussels to our permanent in the EU doing as well trade policy. In 2011 I came back working in different positions, and 2016 then moved to Malaysia as an ambassador covering as well the Philippines and Brunei.
Okay.
2020 getting back to Finland working as an ambassador for disability inclusion, and then here.
That sounds so inspiring and challenging at the same time. Did you face any kind of challenges that could be lessons to the youths?
Let's say that's take the best parts of each place. You can endure the challenges. There are challenges wherever you go, and there will be some nice surprises. Just like take some enjoyment from them, and just like be a bit curious, and always look for something new.
Yeah, and I also believe that all of a sudden you have to move from one place to another country, and I think that can be also biggest challenges.
Yes, it is a challenge, especially for the family, because then you have to take into consideration things like where are the schools, in which language is the education taken, as well how is the security, how is the nature, what can you do. So for me, it's always been you were working there at the embassy, but like for the family, it is another type of a challenge.
Okay. As I mentioned that you have been able to visit few places after you arrived here in Nepal. Have you been able to test few Nepali foods, and is there any favorite one for you?
Yes, well, they have been, of course, like when traveling in Kanali, then you have the dalbat that would be offered to you. Okay. So I have learned to like it. But if you ask about my favorite food so far here, I would say that like I had some very good buff stew here in Kathmandu.
Did you find any similarities in cultures, traditions between two countries, Finland and Nepal?
You have so many cultures here that like it would be hard to say which one. Let's say people are the closeness to nature. It would be one of the similarities that would be clear. And well, people here are in general they are friendly. The Finns are friendly as well, even though we might be not that easy to approach.
Yes. And as Finland is also a very beautiful country, it has got beautiful lakes, Himalayas. So as Nepal, we are on the top of the world, Mount Everest. We have got beautiful Himalayas, mountains. So how do you think we can promote tourism between both the countries, Finland and Nepal?
You need to raise the awareness of the beauty of both countries. Because like I think the general knowledge about Nepal in Finland or Finland in Nepal is not on that high level. So people would be knowing more what to expect once you're getting there.
Your Excellency, Finland and Nepal share a very long history together since 1974. And from your perspectives, how has this partnership evolved over the years? Because we have around 52 years long history together. So what progress do you see during these decades? And what can we expect during your tenures, the new things?
Yes, Finland and Nepal have been friends and partners for a long time. Our relationships have always been on mutual understanding, respect, and trust. In the 80s, our development partnership covered mostly energy and forestry, but there it has evolved. So now we are talking as well about education, like we're talking about water, sanitation, human rights. So that has changed a bit. Finland has been consistently supporting the socio-economic development of Nepal. But the commercial cooperation between our respective countries has been quite modest. And that's something that that I would like to see changing in the coming years, especially as now Nepal is about to graduate from the LDC category, so there should be more possibilities available for the commercial cooperation.
As mentioned, water and sanitations, that Nepal is still facing challenges in water and sanitations. How can Finland contribute in these sectors?
Well, our history with the Nepali water sector spans more than it's decades, and through the projects we have been reaching more than 2 million people across Nepal, providing safe water. There have been projects, and as well there's one project at the moment going, the Sustainable Water for All, which is helping as well the communities, not just getting water, but the water management, how to do it in a sustainable way. So that giving as well not just the infrastructure, but as well the ways to maintain it in environmental, efficient, and economics ways. Okay. So those are the things that we have been doing, and I would say that that sector has given highest impact of the cooperation so far.
So I believe we can see lots of changes during your tenure in all the sectors.
Yes, well, the world is evolving, and the sectors are well, there's a lot of things going on, and of course we are hoping that it will be done in a sustainable way, that there will be a lot of local ownership, and then local authorities are taking over the management.
That sounds very approaching, Your Excellency. Education is often described as Finland's global contributions. How is Finland working with Nepal to improve the quality and inclusiveness of education?
Yes, we have been partners in education for more than 25 years, and through our cooperation we have reached, say, about 8 million children, about 300,000 teachers. It is a long-term commitment. At the moment we are working together with the Nepalese government and the European Union it's the project called, it's an abbreviation, TEXAS, but basically just improving the quality of education through improving the teacher education, both in service and pre-service, so that the teacher would be better prepared to face the challenges of the 21st century and better prepared to handle children with different types of learning needs.
Okay.
But that's not the only thing. As well, it's one of the new things is we are supporting the midday meal, or what we call the school, locally grown school feeding projects, which is still a small scale, but it's still contributing to your own work. And as Nepal is one of the catastrophe-prone areas, we are as well working together with UNICEF to increase the preparedness for disasters, as well education in emergencies.
That sounds very insightful. So, Your Excellency, European Union and India has recently signed an agreement, and I believe this is the first time those kind of agreements happen in Asia. So, what do you think? What kind of benefits can Nepal take from that?
Well, with that agreement, you have a very huge market, about 2 billion people. So, and at the moment, the tariffs have been sometimes quite high, and it has been quite difficult to penetrate the foreign markets. Now, with this kind of agreement, when it will be ratified, then both entering the markets will be much easier, and as well then the amount of tariffs will be reduced very, very much lower. So as you are neighboring India, I think that will be opening as well, opportunities for Nepalese companies when they are working together with India. and of course you are enjoying the least developed country status access. So at the moment it should be easier actually when it's the initiatives like anything but arms. Yeah, basically the tariff level is close to zero or zero. So yes, after the graduation and then like the working together with India, I think that would be opening up as well the markets. And as you said, it is the first this magnitude agreement here in Asia. Singapore, of course, they have some of their own, but like then you are talking about much smaller markets.
That sounds very exciting indeed, because I believe lots of doors for our country will be opening very soon. And most probably it will happen during your tenure.
Yes, the implementation will be taking, of course, some time, and as well, like then, the pace with how the tariffs will be lowered is going to be taking some time. But the investment climate and the business environment will be getting much better. Yes.
Climate change is already affecting many parts of Nepal. How is Finland supporting climate change, climate resilience, adaptations, and sustainable livelihood of vulnerable communities here in Nepal?
Yes, Nepal is clearly on the front lines of the climate change, and the local communities are really facing all the effects. Like you have the floods, you have the landslides, you have the shrinking agricultural production. So yes, we are working together with Nepal to address those challenges, which are long-term challenges. We are more like focusing on like remote places where the effects are maybe the gravest. There's a new project that we have started with the European Union called Local Adaptation to Climate Change, where we are trying to from the bottom up for from local communities how to deal with these challenges, as well as like how to sustainably manage natural resources, how to improve the livelihoods in those areas. That is a fairly new project which is now starting, and it is not just hardware or things. It is as well about the governance, how to help the local municipalities to deal with these issues. What kind of policies you need to have to deal with this in a sustainable way.
What do you think Nepal can learn from Finland in these areas?
I think it would be something to take it seriously, because we see it happening here, we feel it happening here, but not just here. It as well. It's in Finland as well, in the north, and then even though it might be considered that those steps that you are taking here are small because of the size of the nation, that could be the same from Finland, but it is everybody who needs to chip in this exercise, otherwise it will not be working.
Your Excellency, Nepal is a very rich country in natural resources, and it is also a very good tourist destination. How do you think Nepal can economically rise, and how do you think we can welcome international investors in Nepal? Because right now we don't see lots of international investors here in Nepal.
There are some things that are that could be considered. Opening up the market, for example, a bit more in a predictable way, like having the regulations and legislations in place which are conducive for foreign investments and for business. Sometimes now here there are some hurdles which are preventing them from coming in, and then I would say that to attract more tourists, some things would need to be done on the local infrastructure. You have so beautiful places, and you have as well like some exclusive hotels, but then how to get there and like get the services that tourists would be expecting to get. That's something, of course, it will be taking some time, but it would be good to pay some more attention.
That sounds very important points. Your Excellency, Nepal has witnessed the Genji youth protest very recently, and I believe you were here at that time. You had already taken your credentials, reflecting young people's desire for accountability and change. As a partner country, how does Finland view the role of youth voices in healthy democracy?
Yes, I was here in September. I came in August, and I was following the events very closely. I could feel the frustration of the youth, and I'm now very hopeful that even though some of the incidents that happened that were tragic and there were lives were lost, that this will be like bringing a new opportunity. Now, when we are heading towards the elections and seeing some more, like say, young people involving in decision making in political life, so that there would be then like a change that would be creating some new openings, some new possibilities, and like giving more hope.
As you mentioned that you witnessed the Genji protest here in Nepal, how did you felt at that moment?
It was a big surprise. I don't think that anybody could say like seriously that they saw it all coming. It was something that I did not expect, but it was very it's mind blowing to see it happening, and in such a short time, so much things changed. We were watching it from the embassy roof, and we were just like witnessing all the events take place. It was a bit of hard to believe that it's really happening, but once you see it, you will never forget it.
So what are the positive and the negative sides you witness from that moment, and the suggestions that you would like to give to the people?
Of course, the negative side was then there was the destruction and violence and loss of lives, which I think could have been prevented at least partially. But then on the positive side, then you are seeing the change. You have seen the change in attitudes, like you are changing the change in the youth, that they are now seeing the proper opening, that their voices would be finally heard. And the positive thing would be then, of course, creating now an atmosphere where there is where the Nepalese youth can see that they can really influence what is how the future of their country will be shaping up.
That's a very heartfelt words indeed, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, with Nepal heading towards an important election period, as you had mentioned earlier, how do you see the role of democratic institutions and citizen participations in strengthening long-term stability and development in the country?
They should be supporting and giving some good examples and a bit of say education. I have already seen it in the papers, that the fears that there would be let's say people would not be following the news properly, or they would be then taking up some information that is not correct. So there the democratic institutions should be just giving some guidance, giving some creating the conditions where people can learn to trust the information that is credible. I think that's one of the greatest fears, that there would be a lot of misinformation, lot of disinformation, which would be leading then to wrong decisions.
Do you have any feedbacks from your side for this election to make it successful?
Feedback would be just then now it is the possibility to influence. Now it is the time to go for the polls, and now it's the time to think about what kind of country do you want Nepal to be in the coming years, and vote according to those wishes. It is the Nepali people who decide, nobody else.
What changes do you see from your side?
I think it would be nice to get more predictability. More predictability and a bit more, of course, stability is something that is needed if you want to get the business running. Those would be great steps if they were to happen, because then that would be opening up so many more new possibilities for the Nepali people.
That sounds very insightful. Your Excellency, innovation, digitalizations, and good governance are areas where Finland is widely respected globally. Do you see scope for deeper collaboration with Nepal in these areas?
Yes, very much so. Nepal is now they are expanding your digitalization, and you are modernizing your government activities, and that's where Finland has actually quite a lot to offer us. We have a lot of experience from those sides. I think there's one thing that can be added there as well is education, because education is getting more in the digital direction. Some of the projects that we are involved, like Texas, they are looking into possibilities of how to support to modernize education and give some new tools how to do it properly. I think there are already a lot of opportunities on that side, and they are growing by the year.
As I mentioned, education. Nepal has a young and ambitious population. How can Finnish experience in education and skill development supports Nepal youth in building up their future?
Yes, I think the Nepali youth is one of the greatest assets that you have here in the country, and Finland is trying to support to give them the skills and opportunities to best influence or to create the kind of country that they wish to see in the future. We are doing it through some of the projects as the Texas, where we are trying to develop or help to develop education in a way that it will be providing the youth with the best possible skills from grades low to upper grades. And then as well, we are together with international organizations. We are trying to help to create safe and inclusive learning spaces, so that education can reach out to all corners of Nepal, of the country, including the remote places, including women and children, women and as well as persons with disabilities. So that is something that should be reaching to everybody. So nobody is left behind. Everybody can enjoy the possibilities of getting quality education.
That's very nice to know. Since and I believe we have a high number of youths in Finland.
Yes, interest towards the Finnish education is clearly on the rise, and the amount of Nepali youth going to study in Finland has well, it has doubled during the past years. I'm hoping that once they get the skills there, they will be returning back and helping to build the society in a way which will be then as well drawing from the lessons they have learned in Finland and just putting in the local context and then creating what this country needs, like a good, stable environment where everybody can enjoy the life.
That's good to know. Finally, Your Excellency, on a personal note, what gives you the greatest sense of purpose as the ambassador of Finland to Nepal while strengthening the ties between Finland and Nepal?
In these bit less than 7 months, I have had the possibility to visit some of the projects and what that we are implementing together with the local partners and authorities. And when I have heard the stories and I have seen the changes, how the local communities have been able to improve their lives. For example, a couple of concrete things I've witnessed. If there's a mill somewhere, a small mill where local people can go and grind their grain into flour, it takes them now maybe a couple of hours to get there and have it done. In the past, maybe the closest mill would have been so far that it takes 2 days to get there, and then you would need to be carrying all those heavy bags on your back and forth. And now it's very close by. Or then when it comes to, say, schools that have been destroyed by landslides or floods, and then with the support of Finland and say UNICEF, we have been able to build in a fairly short time kind of a semi-permanent learning centers where then children can get back to school in a relatively short time and get back to normality. It is like those kind of stories that are really touching me. And that's ultimately that would be those kind of things like improving the lives in local communities that are giving the best sense of purpose while strengthening the ties with Nepal.
That's very kind of you. Your Excellency, thank you and hitos. And I'm so much honored and privileged that you shared insightful conversation on InfoPlus Himalayan Television. And we wish you all the best for your good work during your tenure. And I hope our relation will be more better and better in coming years, since we have already shared 52 years together.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was really a pleasure. So thank you, Dhanyabad.
Thank you and namaste.
Namaste.
InfoPlus for genuine information.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for sharing your time, insights, and experiences with us today. It has been enlightening to hear about Finland to Nepal partnership, development work, and your personal journey in Nepal. We truly appreciate your perspectives on education, innovation, climate resilience, and youth empowerment. We wish you continued success in your work here in Nepal, and we hope to see this collaboration continues to grow stronger. Thank you to our viewers for joining us on InfoPlus Himalaya Television. Until next time, I'm your host, Rebecca Chetri. Take care and namaste.
InfoPlus for genuine information.